If you're like me, you spent a bunch of time scrolling through Instagram, looking at Instagram-based brands, wondering if the product online is actually going to match the product in hand. Now, unfortunately, we live in a filtered society, so it's hard to tell if it hasn't been photoshopped, filtered, or faked. And there are a lot of Instagram brands out there doing that, just slapping a label on some blank that they found on AliExpress and saying it's designer. Now, I was worried. That was the case which I was thinking about with Outerwear Studios. Is this actually a brand that's going to match the fit, the quality, the feel that it gives online? Now, I found Outerwear Studios on Instagram and I was very curious to see their product in hand. Was it just going to be another AliExpress ripoff, or is this a brand actually doing something? And that was the question I asked myself. Now, was I willing to spend a bunch of money to get this stuff in hand? Well, looking at the silhouettes online, the photos, I thought it was. Especially considering it has that utilitarian look, which honestly, I'm in love with. Oversized silhouettes, cargos, baggy, cropped, and let's be real with myself here, I do love the Yeezy type inspired silhouettes, and that's exactly what I got when looking at Outerwear Studios online. So let's answer that question. Is it just another Instagram based brand, or is it actually a brand pushing the boundaries and trying something new? Let's find out. Okay, alright, you got me. I might have purchased a little bit more than just a few items from Outerwear Studios, but I was looking at online and I couldn't really determine if I wanted that one or that one, so I just decided to pick everything up that I wanted. Which, I mean, everyone would do that, right? It's a YouTube video, it's for a collection, eventually it'll work out. Anyways, this works out for you guys. You get to see a huge collection review on Outerwear Studios. With that being said, it is a little bit chilly. I think I'm just going to pick up one of these jackets, have a seat, and let's get into this review. Alright, get out of your system. I know you want to say it. I do look like a little bit of a jelly bean, but hey, this is one of my favorite pieces, but we can get into this later. Normally, I do top to bottom with most of my reviews and try-ons, but you know, I was feeling a little bit different today. You know, this is different clothing, this is a different style. I reckon we go bottom to top. So I think it's only best I start with what I'm actually wearing. No, not this, but this. Now, I don't know if you could really see that, but I am wearing the Outerwear Studios sweatpants, and honestly, that's because they've been on all day since I picked it up. Now, I know you're not some scientist, or maybe you are, but I bet you can assume that if I've been wearing it all day, it's because I love it. And you know what? You would be right. One, these sweatpants, probably my favorite bottom from the collection I picked up so far. Oh, yeah, it's definitely the favorite. And that's just because of how oversized and comfortable it is. And honestly, the quality on this garment is A1. It's superb. I was really surprised. And that's not because I thought it wouldn't be that good in quality, but it's much more than I would have thought, especially for the price. These are fantastic. And honestly, I usually wear my Fear of God essential sweatpants all the time, but I think I'm gonna throw them out after this one. Well, not throw them out. Sell them, buy more Outerwear Studio sweatpants, because these are fantastic. And what I really do love about it is just how oversized the silhouette is. It is quite oversized throughout. It's very comfortable at the waist. I am a size 34 waist and I am wearing a large, and they fit perfectly for me. And honestly, the cuffed bottom looks fantastic, especially because of how oversized it gets and drapes towards the bottom, and you just have that nice cuff to sort of bring it all in and cinched in. I think it looks fantastic. Honestly, I've been wearing these with my Yeezy boots tonight, and I think they look fantastic. This is definitely worth money if you guys are questioning about it, and it has one of my favorite washes. It's sort of like an ashy black wash that has a bit of a tanny beige at the sort of hems and where the stitching meets, just as it sort of fades in, and I think that just looks so fantastic and it's so unique. And honestly, when it comes to washes, I always think that's such a hard thing to come by, especially when you want it in like a certain particular way, and Outerwear Studios has killed it with these sweatpants, so there is no problem here. These sweatpants are epic. Getting into the second item for the bottoms, these are the heavy cargos, and man, when I say heavy, emphasis on the heavy. These could fit into the Balenciaga collection. They're that heavy. A lot of places, a lot of brands, they might say, hey, it's a heavyweight t-shirt, it's a heavyweight hoodie, heavyweight sweatpants, or maybe a heavy jacket. And you're like, okay, well, it has a little bit of extra weight to it. Man, these are dumbbells. These are honestly so heavy when you wear them. But I think that's cool. I think it works for the cargo pants. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying be prepared when you see heavy from Outerwear Studios, especially in terms of the cargo pants. They're not screwing around. They're not messing. It's heavy. And honestly, I think they look sick regardless. I love the whole utilitarian look. They're very tactical. Of course, you've got those big cargo pockets throughout the design. They drape beautifully over the sneakers. They are very oversized in terms of the silhouette, which honestly I think looks great. And as I mentioned, they definitely feel like they're going to fit into the Balenciaga collection. They definitely just have that look. Just for reference, these aren't completely black. They're more of like an ashed out or sort of washed out faded black throughout, which I honestly think looks sick. It definitely fits into the whole aesthetic of the brand, and it is one of the reasons that I wear these cargos with pretty much every other upper featured throughout this collection video, because I just think they look sick on body. Unfortunately, they don't really fit me in terms of the waist. As I mentioned, I do like a little bit more room in my waist. However, these cargos are sick nonetheless. Once again, they're heavy. You're gonna get a workout wearing these cargos, but it fits the description, and they're not lying when they say cargos. So you're definitely getting your money's worth here in terms of the material, because man, these bad boys are thick. However, getting into the second cargo pant, you've got this sort of blackish, washed out gray type cargo pant. Now these ones are a lot more lighter. They definitely feel like your sort of typical cargo pant that you would expect from. Maybe a good comparison would be like a Rothko type cargo pant. They definitely feel very nice on body. Once again, I also had that same sort of issue with the waist on this one. I felt like it was just a little bit too tight for my liking, so I will be sending these ones back. However, I don't know if I love this one as much as the heavy cargo pant, just because of the lighter material. And I think once I tried the heavy cargo pant, I was like, man, the heavy cargo pant is just so sick. So it was hard. This one was, this one was starting off at a loss because it's going against the heavy cargo pant first, and that's the one I tried on first. Regardless, I think these ones look great. They are a little bit more lightweight, so you can definitely wear it a little bit more all-round season-wise. They do feel a little bit less structured because of that reason, because they are a little bit more lighter weighted. However, I think they look great nonetheless. This is definitely not one of my favorite items, but I think it's a great item if you're looking for a little bit more of a lighter cargo. So I would definitely recommend this if that's what you're after in the market. But as I said previously, I'm a size 34 waist. I've got a large in this one. And if you don't like your cargo pants to fit exactly tight, I would recommend sizing up on this item. Now, getting back into the upper, the pieces you want to see, because most of the time it's the outerwear that really attracts people to a brand. And of course, that was the case with me, as I am wearing one of my favorite pieces. But I think it's best we start with what we normally expect, especially what is most tried out when you try a new brand, and that's the hoodie. So let's quickly get this off and let's try out one of these bad boys hoodies so you can get an idea of how they look on body. Let's just throw that to the side and grab a hoodie. Now I am feeling a lot more cozy already wearing this hoodie. Now I think we should get one detail out of the way, which obviously I'm sure you're looking at right now, and that is the fact that this zip pretty much goes right to the top. So if you're in a place where you get cold necks, and I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, this bad boy is for you. Unfortunately, I live in Australia, so I don't ever really need a hoodie to go this high on my neck, and I don't know if I really am in love with the type of silhouette, especially going all the way to the top. However, the more I've been wearing it, the more I've actually been enjoying it. I just don't really think it's something that would fit into my rotation personally, and especially if I'm going to look for a hoodie to style, I don't think this is the one that I would pick. However, if you do like that detail, I think you would really love this piece, especially in terms of the quality. It is very thick to the touch. It feels like a French terry cotton. It's very cropped, it's very, very, very boxy, which personally, I do love this silhouette. And in terms of the wash and the color, this is like a midnight sort of blue, navy, purple, black, and honestly, I'm here for it. And as I mentioned previously, washes are hard to come by, especially when you're looking for a good wash, a unique colorway. It's very difficult to find one that actually feels very vintage or very washed out in a sort of not cheap way. I'm sure we've all sort of seen those acid wash t-shirts from H&M. That is a cheap wash, so in comparison, stuff like this looks incredible in hand. And as I said, it definitely feels very quality for how much you're paying. In terms of the fit, it's very boxy, very oversized in the sleeves. And in terms of sizing, I am wearing a size large here. I am 6 foot tall, and this fits me perfectly. I'm 86 kilos as well, just for reference. Though that's definitely something you're not going to notice with, especially how boxy and wide this silhouette is. But regardless, something to mention nonetheless. But yes, this piece has definitely been growing on me the more I wear it. However, for me, I'm just not a big fan of the sort of neck gaiter that you've got here. However, if they do drop this hoodie, or if they do have an option for this hoodie online with a normal type zip up or just a normal sort of pullover hoodie, I think I would definitely be a lot more inclined to pick up that one, especially in this colorway. I do love this colorway. However, this neck gaiter, just not for me. If you guys do get cold a lot though, this one would definitely help you out in those situations. However, I think it's time we try out the other hoodie, which is a little bit more typical of a hoodie, and no zipper, and of course, no gaiter neck, I guess you could say. All right, let's try the one. Getting into this next hoodie though, this is a little bit more of a traditional type hoodie. Of course, you've got that overlaying hood, which personally I think looks very sick. And you do have a cropped fit and very boxied on the sides. Now, my favorite feature about this hoodie is that it does feature that same wash as the Sweatpants, which personally I'm a huge fan of. I definitely love the colorway in this hoodie. However, I just don't know if I can really see myself wearing this hoodie too much. And that's just personally because I do have a sort of washed out hoodie in my rotation, which I don't really think can be replaced by this hoodie. Now, honestly, I do love the fit of it. It's very unique, very boxy, very wide. However, I think it might be just a little bit too wide for my liking on this one. Regardless, I think the quality is fantastic. As I previously mentioned, it's got that sort of thick French terry quality throughout, which I honestly think is fantastic. It definitely fits very great on body, especially if you're looking for a cropped boxy silhouette. This is the one you guys should be picking up. But regardless, I just don't really see this as a piece I really want to keep in my rotation, so I will be sending this one back, unfortunately. But with that being said, I think we've got some great pieces ahead, so let's try on those ones. Now, I am very much convinced that I completely ruined my hair while throwing this one on. However, I had to throw it on, and this will be the one that I'll be wearing for the rest of the video because honestly, man, I feel so cozy in this. And honestly, yes, let's get it out of the way. I look like a bit of a teddy bear, but man, this piece is so sick. You know what? This is my favorite. Oh, it's hard to say what is my favorite piece straight out of the gate, but this is at least top 3. And honestly, man, look at this silhouette. This is so sick, especially with that sort of navy Sherpa throughout. Now, getting into this piece, it's basically a Sherpa hoodie. It's very interesting in the way it fits, but it's definitely got some details to sort of bring it out from a typical hoodie, and especially in the way it fits, it definitely moves away from that type of silhouette. Now, it's very boxy, it's very cropped to the touch, and it's very comfortable. Inside, it is lined with this sort of like neoprene type feel, which means if it's very structured, it's very comfortable on body, and it's very much very cozy, as you can tell. You also do have this detail at the top here, which allows you to zip it right up. Now, whilst I did not like it on the other hoodie, these actual zip-up hoodie, I think on this sort of like, is this a hoodie or a jacket? I can't tell, but regardless, let's just call it a hoodie. On this hoodie, I think it looks just so sick. And I'm not going to throw it up now because I feel like let me just have a look in the mirror there. I feel like I've already ruined my hair throughout this video. I want to keep it at least somewhat presentable for the rest, but you can zip it right up and just have it as like a little bit of a mouth covering, nose covering, and just allowing your eyes to just sort of shine through there. You've also got these concealed kangaroo pockets, which honestly are just hidden by a tiny little zipper. It's very minute of a detail, but I just love it, and I think it just allows it to feel very seamless when it's zipped up, and then of course you're very cozy when you need to be. And of course, it also features another detail, which honestly I love. It sort of breaks up the silhouette a little bit, and that is the fact that you've also got these sort of like shin guards here, which are like a nylon material, which honestly I think looks amazing. And it all is finished off with a sort of like a raw hem, I guess you could say. Not in the raw in the sense of it's fraying or anything, but it doesn't have like a sort of cinch in, which I personally think it looks very sick on body for that reason. And man, this is definitely top 3 of my favorite items. This is so nice on body. Once again, I'm wearing a size large. I'm 6 foot 86 kilos, and this one fits perfectly. I could wear this all day long, no problem whatsoever. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but the color on this is beautiful. It's sort of like a midnight blue, which I really do love. In terms of the quality as well, it is very soft to the touch. The Sherpa is very nice on body, and honestly I can see this in my collection and being worn on the daily especially when it gets colder. I think I'll be wearing this every day. This is a great piece, and for anyone who wants to pick up this piece, pick it up, because I'm telling you right now, it's very hard for me to recommend items sometimes and just say like pick it up, it's gonna be amazing, blah blah blah. But honestly, if you're thinking about picking up this piece and you see it online and it looks sick, it looks even better in hand. So I would highly recommend go out, pick up this piece if you're looking for a type of Sherpa design. Anyways, with that being said, I think it's time to move into the next Sherpa, which is even more interesting of a silhouette. So moving into the next Sherpa, and as I said, I'm not taking this off for the rest of the video. I'm cozy, I'm comfortable, it's cold in here, I'm in my garage, I need to stay warm. Getting into the next Sherpa, it's sort of like a Sherpa jacket, which is very interesting. Features a lot of the details very similar to this piece in terms of the sort of way it ends and finishes on the body. And of course, you've also got those sort of like shin pads, knee pads right there. Not knee pads, they're on your elbows. Elbow pads, that's the word, elbow pads. They've also got the elbow pads on that jacket. I do love that this one you're able to zip up and zip down, and of course it also has a Velcro feature allowing you to just sort of lock it in place, meaning that if you want to zip it up, it feels like a one whole piece. It doesn't feel like it's a zip up type item, but when you want to undo it, of course you've got that zipper and that Velcro, allowing you just to sort of adjust it how you feel fit. And it's great, especially if you just use the Velcro and you just want to quickly put it up. It's so easy, and I think it honestly looked great. One thing that sort of drew me away from this item, and not to the point where I'm going to send it back because I'm actually going to keep this piece, but one thing I sort of, at least I need to get used to, it does have these sort of elongated or structured shoulder pads. I don't know if that's just me or if I have broad shoulders, but I feel very sort of like Dorito-esque, which isn't a bad thing. The Dorito shape is something I'm searching for, but it's just something that looks a little bit more different than what I would have typically expected, and it's something I'm going to have to get used to when styling this piece. But I will be keeping this one because I honestly love it on body. I think it's very sick, very avant-garde, very different, futuristic, industrial, how many more words am I going to use here? Utilitarian, and very Yeezy-esque, I guess you could say. But these two Sherpa pieces definitely are so sick on body, and honestly I just love, and I think we're getting to the point where the question's sort of being answered at this rate, that Outerwear Studios is not just an Instagram brand. Let's not spoil the conclusion. I feel like it's too early to say that, but Outerwear Studios, they're killing it so far. I can't say it. They're throwing the punches. They're killing it. Anyways, these two Sherpa pieces I absolutely love, and of course this one that I'm wearing right now. Oh, I love this piece. I'm so glad I got this. Anyways, let's move into some outerwear. Now, moving into the last three items from Outerwear Studios, the outerwear pieces. These are the heavy hitters, the bangers, the ones you guys have been waiting for. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, and 3, and I thought it would be a perfect time to bring it back to the first piece I was wearing at the beginning of this video. And honestly, man, this is sick. This is actually the piece that drew me to Outerwear Studios. Now, for reference, if anyone has watched the Follow God video by Kanye West, he's wearing a puffer vest, which unfortunately never released, but it was very sick, very bulky, very inflated, and man, this gives me the exact type of fit and feel that I had wanted once I saw that puffer vest on Kanye, and honestly, this is epic. Now, unfortunately, it is a silver variation, and unfortunately, I won't be keeping it for that reason. I was looking for the black one, but it was sold out everywhere I looked. I mean, people are getting onto this, and I think you should too, because this is super sick. This is definitely in my top 3 favorite items from today, and man, it looks banger. It looks great with a t-shirt underneath, and it looks even better with a hoodie. Going through some of the details, as you can see, it's just got a different type of lining in there, very comfortable to the touch, and all the details are very inflated, as I mentioned, including that pocket, which I just think is such a great detail. It's very different from your typical sort of puffer vest, and I really like it for that reason. It's very soft to the touch, very puffed up, a little bit cropped in the body, a little bit boxy, of course, as you would expect from Outerwear Studios so far. And man, I think it's just a great piece all around. Of course, you've also got that similar sort of closing detail as the Sherpa, which includes a zipper right down the middle, and then of course you've also got those straps which just lay over there and bring it right down together, strap right on. And I honestly love the fact that you can just sort of, you know, have it open 1 second and then you just want to close it up, done. But this piece is honestly one of my favorite, and it's for good reason. It just fits and looks exactly how you would want it online. And of course, this was the question I asked myself at the beginning of this video: are the pieces actually going to match how they look online, and is the quality going to actually match the price points that come with Outerwear Studios? And the answer is yes so far. There's been nothing that's really sort of taken me away, especially quality wise, and I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed so far, is the quality is absurd. It's very good. This is not an Instagram brand, this is a brand. This is a streetwear brand, and man, this is epic to the touch. Of course, the only one that I wasn't a big fan of was hoodies, and I'm very particular on my hoodies, so that is no surprise. But man, they've killed the pants and the outerwear so far. So I think it's best we continue that killing trend and check out the actual puffer vest with some sleeves on it. Let's throw it on. No. I can't believe this, guys. Honestly, this can't be happening. This is the one piece. This is the one piece that I can't afford to keep right now. It's just too expensive for me, and I'm in love. I mentioned my 3 favorite pieces. We had, of course, the hoodie I'm wearing right now, the Sherpa. We also had the sweatpants. That's an honorable mention. So we had the sweatpants, honorable mention. The Sherpa hoodie that I'm wearing. of course, the puffer vest. And then this is number one. This is just so sick. It's so oversized, it's so bulky, but it looks so futuristic, and I love this detailing throughout on this puffer vest. Honestly, it's so sick. And you know, when I was first wearing it, off of like the trial portion, I was looking at it and I'm like, damn, I wish I had some sort of like, you know, somewhere to put my hands, like just to bring it in like a kangaroo pocket or something like that. And I was like, oh well, you know, it's a futuristic puffer, maybe it looks a little bit better without it. No, I was incorrect. Look at this. Look at this. Look right here. You would not expect there to be a pocket there. Look at that. That is insane. Where is that? It's only because I had it laying down. I was like, wait, what's this little tag here? And man, this is like, talk about concealed. This is a concealed pockets. You know, if you're getting searched at the airport, there's no way they're seeing this. This is crazy. I don't know what type of example that was, but I'm just saying, like, you can't even tell there's pockets on this bad boy. But man, it is so sick. And I just love this quilted detailing throughout. Oh, and comfort. I'm telling you right now, this is insanely comfortable. And man, this, you know, I have a North Face and, ooh, like I would pick this over the North Face anytime. Of course, you got that same detailing as well with that zipper and the closure there with the Velcro, and this piece is just so hard. This is incredible. On Tire Studios killed this, and this doesn't feel like a cheap brand. I want to make that clear right now. This doesn't feel like an ASOS quality, not even a Weekday, nothing like that. It shouldn't even be in that spectrum. The quality on this is like a designer brand. This is what I would expect to get. And you know, for someone who typically buys a lot of Represent, I would compare the quality is very comparable to like Represent, and it might even be a little bit better. I love Represent though. I love Represent. Maybe I won't say that, but the quality is absurd. It's great. And this puffer, man, I am so in love with this. So if On Tire Studios ever wants to sponsor me, ever wants to send something out to me, feel free to send me the puffer, because this is my dream right here. But man, you guys, this is not an Instagram brand. You got to get on Tire Studios. Every piece that I've thrown on so far, I've loved. And of course, other than the hoodies, but that's just because of the fit, and I have a lot of hoodies already. But when it comes to outer pieces, I have outer pieces, but man, nothing hits like this. This is so sick. Okay, I probably should get into some of the details instead of saying how sick it is. You have got a very nice lining throughout. It's very soft and comfortable to the touch, but however, it's also very structured as well. It's very oversized, and man, like, I really can't say much on this piece. I love the detailing throughout. I love the quilted detailing, which sort of gives it a little bit more of an avant-garde look, a little bit more of a futuristic detailing. And man, this piece is sick. This is a 10 out of 10. On Tire Studios, let's give them a quick round of applause because they killed this piece. Anyways, I feel like that would have been a good ending, but we've got one more piece to check out, and that is the bomber jacket, which I haven't actually tried on yet. So let's throw that bad boy on and I'll give you my thoughts. They've done it again. Another banger piece. Man, how sick does this look? This is really nice. Sorry, I'm trying to check myself out on the camera and talk about it at the same time, but man, this piece just looks hella sick. Now, in terms of a few little details that I've noticed so far, of course, you've got that same sort of closure there as you would expect from all the On Tire Studio garments so far. Hopefully I'm saying that word correctly there for their brand, On Tire. Is it On Tire? Please correct me in the comment section down below if I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry, your products are sick. I'm sure that's enough of an apology. Anyways, you've got that zipper, and of course you've got that closure with the Velcro there as well. Super nice. And of course you've also got the pocket detailing there on the sleeve as a classic sort of bomber jacket from Alpha Industries. Now, man, it's just the fit on this, which is beautiful. It is very cropped, which I think is amazing. That's what you want on a bomber jacket. It's a little bit more boxy, and what I've noticed from this, it's got quite a structured sort of shoulder area, which I didn't expect. It definitely sort of gives you that sort of Dorito look, if you know what I mean. Your shoulders are very broad in this, which I think looks really good, especially with a hoodie underneath like I do have here. Of course, it is sticking up quite a bit because I've got a jacket on, but man, I just think this fits absolutely absurdly good. Man, this is just so nice. You've got the pocket detailing there, and of course a ribbed waist, and you have got that sort of quilted inside lining there, which makes it extra comfortable to wear. And that's it. We've answered the question. I started out this video saying, is Entire Studios another Instagram brand, or are they actually pushing the boundaries? Now, there's brands that, you know, they're not Instagram brands. They generally have like factories and stuff like that are producing their clothes, and they're not still a brand. Like this is next level. This is really sick. Entire Studios is killing it. They're very comparable to what I would say would be Yeezy brand today if they were still around. Of course they're still around, but they're not really dropping any products, are they? But man, this is exactly what I would have expected from them had they gone a little bit more into that sort of futuristic avant-garde look. And I just think this looks incredible. I think they've killed it, especially in terms of the fit and quality. And I've noticed that throughout all the garments here, not a single sort of stitching error or a loose thread. And that is what's really impressed me, is the quality that they've been able to maintain here. They are not an Instagram brand, they're a streetwear brand, and they're not even a decent streetwear brand. They're incredible. These pieces are amazing, and I'm super excited to see what they're going to have come forward from the brand in the future. And man, I think this is, I'm just so impressed. I'm sorry I've lost my little train of thought here, my speech, but yeah, this is incredible. Anyways guys, that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you got a good look at Entire Studios. I feel like we tried out a bunch of different garments, and man, I think they look incredible. Hopefully you got a good idea for the brand and how they sort of fit and can be styled. And honestly, I'm super excited to sort of check out this brand in the future. I'm definitely going to be a fan now, not even just a one-time purchaser. This is going to be a brand I'll be wearing in the future. And obviously a lot of these items I bought to originally just sort of, wear, test out for you guys and send them back. However, I've fallen in love with the brand, and definitely a few pieces which I will be keeping. Unfortunately, I can't afford that puffer jacket, so hopefully I'm able to obtain it somehow in the future, because that is a piece of resistance right there. Regardless guys, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, your thoughts on this brand. I love it. I love this brand. Sorry, it's so weird for me to get so excited about trying on different clothes. I do it all the time, but love the brand. Anyways, if you want to see more content from me, Zach, in the future, we are trying to elevate the channel, do a little bit more better in production quality. Hopefully it is showing in the videos, doing a little bit of cuts. I've got a new filming studio behind us, so if you want to be along for the journey, feel free to subscribe down below. And with that being said guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.